Hey guys, major news broke yesterday about the DCEU, and apparently it was in more trouble than we actually thought. Hello everybody, I'm Robert Storms. Welcome back to the channel once again. As always, if you're finding me for the very first time, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Yesterday, a news story broke by Boris Kit that explains some of the new changes going on over at the DCEU. Apparently, when Walter Hamada came into the DCEU, he said that it was a shit show, that the whole thing was just a mess and a lot of changes had to be done. This came from Walter Hamada himself, guys. This is not me just trying to rag on the DCEU to rag on it. I'm being 100% serious here. Walter Hamada came in and said that everything was a shit show, and he's been trying for the past couple of months to try to fix everything. So there's some major changes going on. Now, I didn't report on this, but last week we had an executive from the DCEU step down from her position, as well as now Jeff Johns moving over to his new position. So the changes already started being made. Now, Walter Hamada already listed some of the movies that are in production right now and some movies that's going to be going into production. Now, according to Boris Kit and his article that he wrote for the Hollywood Reporter, the Joaquin Phoenix Joker movie is going to happen. Joaquin Phoenix has signed on to play the Joker in the standalone movie, as well as Jared Leto in his Joker film. That is confirmed. Those two movies are going to happen. Now, what I find interesting about the Jared Leto's Joker film is the fact that it's only going to have a $55 million budget. That's fantastic. That's like music to my ears. Because even though I don't think we need to have a Jared Leto Joker film and a Joaquin Joker film, I do think it's a good idea to have a smaller budget. I think that's a fantastic idea because guess what? You're probably going to make that money back. Even if you have like maybe $50 to $100 in marketing, this movie is probably going to cost about $100 million total, give or take, maybe a little bit more. It should have no problem making that money back. So even if people aren't necessarily going to go see the Joker movie like they would go see Batman v Superman or Wonder Woman, you're going to get enough people in the seats to see this movie to make your money back. And I think that's something that needs to be done with more superhero films. We don't need to spend a crazy amount of money on these budgets for these films to work. We just don't need to do it. And also, according to the article, the Harley Quinn movie will be happening, but is going to be happening in the Birds of Prey movie, which is fine. If they're going to do it, at least do it that way. I don't see the point of having a Harley Quinn standalone movie, even though I'm a big fan of Margot Robbie and her character. Also in the article, it stated that Walter Hamada said the Flash movie will start filming in 2019 and is going to have a Back to the Future vibe to it. So with that description, we don't necessarily know if it's going to be Flashpoint because the new writers and directors for the movie said that it's not going to be Flashpoint anymore, yet it's still going to play with the time travel. And speaking of time travel, it also said in this report that Matt Reeves pretty much confirmed that he's going to go with a younger Batman, so they will be replacing Ben Affleck as Batman. Who's the new Batman? We don't know yet. We have no idea who the new Batman is. But I think the key thing here in this article, and I will have the link in the description below, is that Walter Hamada sees that there is in fact a problem and he's trying everything in his power to change that. I am one of the people that's been very critical of Walter Hamada since he came over. I was the one guy going, what does he know? He's done the Conjuring universe. The spinoffs are horrible. The Conjuring movies are fine, but the Conjuring spinoffs are horrible. But he is coming over. He sees there's a problem. He said there was a problem. He himself called it a shit show, and he's over there and he's trying to get this stuff going. Another thing he also mentioned in the article was that Walter said he is not going to be one of these people that's just going to keep announcing stuff, because he admitted that was a problem in the past, that people would just announce all kinds of different movies and none of them ever saw light of day, but they just kind of announced them to see what would stick with the audience so they could pursue it. Now he's going to release these movies. He already has these two Joker films, Wonder Woman 2, Shazam, Flash, Aquaman in December, and the Matt Reeves Batman movies. Once those movies are out and in production, then they're going to move forward with the universe and see what happens from there. But right now, he just doesn't want to announce anything. Maybe we'll get the Man of Steel 2. Maybe Jeff Johns will come in and do his Green Lantern movie. There's a lot of things up in the air right now. We really don't know what's going on with this universe. I personally think we will know a lot more once we get closer to San Diego Comic-Con. I think Warner Brothers and DC is going to have a huge presence at Comic-Con this year, and I think we're going to find a lot more about the future future of this universe there. But until then, reading this article was very fascinating, learning how Walter Hamada is trying to fix the problems, just knowing as a fan that he sees the problems and he's trying to correct the problems makes me feel better as a film goer. Because as you guys know, here on my channel, I spend a lot of time criticizing some of the stupid decisions that they make over at Warner Brothers with this universe, and to see that they're actually trying to fix it, seeing that they actually notice that there is a problem, makes me feel better as a fan and make me look forward to what they're doing in the future. But I want to know what you guys think. How do you feel about Walter Hamada coming in and saying clear as day that the DCEU is a shit show and they have to fix it? How do you feel about that? Are you glad that he notices it and he wants to fix it? Do you think this is promising? Do you see the light at the end of the tunnel? Be sure to leave those comments in the comment box below. And once again, guys, if you're finding me for the very first time, be sure to hit that subscribe button. And until next time, as always, I'm Robert Storms, and that's my opinion.